Hello, hello. Look at this beautiful day. I said I would do a video at some point inspired by Lindsay's fantastic shots from Alaska and give you guys a bit of a taste of Australia. This is the path behind the houses across the road from my house. It's a nice cool but cloudless day. And I thought I would discuss a case in a similar vein. I'm not the performer type, so excuse the substandard quality of this production. So the one I thought I would discuss briefly, very briefly, is a case from the measuring tap that I've been thinking about a little bit lately. I love these ghost gums. I think they're ghost gums. We don't have a lot of deciduous trees in Australia. They're mostly evergreens, eucalypts, just the white. Well, they're beautiful trees along the creek there. Anyway, so the case goes, Zhaozhou asked a nun, where are you going? She says, I'm going to filch Zhaozhou's bean shoots, Zhaozhou's bamboo shoots. And he says, what if you run into Zhaozhou? And she slaps him and he stops. That's it. And I said I would talk about it briefly because it's one of those sort of cases where it's not clear, you know, there's a case where young man asks everybody, don't say something about before the 15th, say something about after the 15th. And then he answers for them and says every day is a good day. There's no real question about the meanings of the words there. But in this case, stopping could have a lot of meanings. Did he stop walking and let her walk off? Did he stop hassling her? Did he stop because he thought he was doing more harm than good? Did he stop because he thought she was enlightened? Did he stop because he stopped thinking and conceptualizing? There's a lot of options there. And there's a lot of other cases where the idea of stopping comes up. I mean, you can get a few things from the first few lines of the case. One of the comments in the text for the first line, when he says, where are you going, is she's run into someone with something to say. So I guess the implication is there that he's Zen testing. If there's, for Zhaozhou especially, there's really no, you know, the famous case where the monk enters the monastery and says, what do I do next? It's phrased differently, obviously. But he seems to be always, you know, not doing anything magical. The daily grind is the is his deal. So yeah, whether there's a difference between Zen testing and his normal conversations is very dubious for old Zhaozhou. I think there's another bench down here a bit further. Yeah, so he says, where are you going? Which is a lot like, you know, where have you come from? A typical, the fang and claw of the Zen school. And she says, I'm going to filch Zhaozhou's bamboo shoots or bean shoots, something like that. Now, you know, like all Zen masters, Zhaozhou's name is the name of the mountain where his monastery is. I think all of them, most of them. There was like 3 Baijangs, I think, masters of the same mountain. So, you know, it might be that she's saying, I'm going to pinch the bean shoots from the mountain. I think there's a funny understanding. People will often say, oh yeah, these Zen masters are saying two things at the same time. I think that's kind of backwards. I think it's us that divide it into two things. But anyway, so she says she's going to pinch his bean shoots, and she knows. The commentary in the case says that she was a nun, she was well accomplished herself. She left Buddhism during the persecution, she never went back to be a nun again. But she's obviously not an amateur, and she knows what Zhaozhou is doing. So when and she knows who he is, so when she says that, I guess it's a bit of a test in itself. So his reply, what if you run into Zhaozhou? Does he know that she knows who he is? I mean, I'm hesitant to come down on with a yes or no at any one of these things. I think that's part of the point. Kinda, of course. And she slaps him. So maybe it's come to your senses. You know, what are you talking about? I know who you are. You know who I know who you are. All that sort of stuff. Maybe she's like, you know, you're getting lost in intellectualizing things. Slap, come back to reality. It's an interesting one. And slapping was actually where I wanted to get to, because bringing people back to reality, what the hell am I doing talking about this crap when I can be looking at the trees? Anyway, I hope I gave you a little bit of a taste of the environment around here. This is the little track I walk down. Try to get out here every day, especially when the weather's so good. It goes up, I don't know, another kilometre and a couple of kilometres back down that way. Alright, you can walk on the other side and there's a path in it. You can get back around. Some of it goes behind houses without a paved area. It's nice. But depending on how you guys like this post, I will maybe do another one. And thank you, Linseed, for the inspiration. Talk to you soon.